All right, let's move on to item number 8. Comments from council members. Item 8. Councilmember Mason, request for an update on the status of revenue-generating ballot measures approved by the voters in the November 2020 election. Councilmember.
Yeah, no, there's nothing long. Just asking city manager if we could have a quick update on what the status is of the 2 measures. I believe one's been implemented, but if he could just give us an update on where we are with it, and then the cannabis measure, what the next steps are.
So just real quick on the TOT, I think that went into effect. I'm going to need help. I think it went into effect in January. And so I don't know that they've closed out the January books to have any real solid data. But I think March, April, they'll come back for the budget and all that. So I don't know if they have information or you want to wait until then. Or I don't know if they have enough. And the finance director, we can't put that on her. It's too soon.
Yeah, no, I think people have been asking what happened after they passed. So I believe you're correct in that it went into effect January 1st. I don't know that there's been a report given, and I think we're going to be getting one. So if we could just get a quick update, that'd be great.
City manager?
Sure. So the mayor is correct. The increase in our TOT, our transient occupancy tax, was adopted by voters in the November 2020 election. The rate went from 12% to 14%. That did take effect on January 1st. The city did do all of the required noticing to our hotel operators. They collect the hotel room tax in January, and then they remit that in the following month, so in February. And so we do not have all of that data compiled yet, nor has everyone submitted for January. And so we will have that information the next time we return to you. And that will be during our budget conversations for the upcoming 21-22 fiscal year. And so we will have our budget retreat either late March or early April, as is typical, and we can provide an update then. With regard to the other revenue measure that was on the ballot, giving the city the ability to charge taxes on marijuana enterprises should they be allowed in San Bruno, that is now on the books, and the city does have that discretion, but there are not currently regulations allowing marijuana businesses in San Bruno. That has come up a number of times at city council meetings, and what we have said is that that would be talked about and potentially placed on staff's work program when we talk about the city council's strategic initiatives for next year. And we are having the city council's retreat on March 12th and March 13th, where that discussion will take place.
You're on mute.
Thank you. And then Mayor Medina, I just have a couple of other comments, but not for discussion.
No, please. Yeah, or you know what? And I'm sorry. Council members, did anybody else have anything they wanted to ask or add to that? Vice Mayor?
I'll have something later I want to ask.
Oh, yeah.
But not about this. Yes.
But yeah,
sure.
Thank you. I should have done that. And is there any members from the public? Seeing none. Okay, so let's go. Councilmember Mason, please continue with your items.
Great. I just wanted to ask, not just as a for the next meeting, if we could have an update on the letter to Recology regarding the cancellation or deferment of fees, and whether we've received a response. And then I just wanted to, and I've got my notes, and then I actually meant to say this earlier, I just wanted to echo my fellow council members. I'm really disappointed in the lack of local jurisdiction around some of these zoning codes. I feel like our cities are slowly being taken away from us, and at some point I just wonder why we're even voting on some of these issues if we really don't have a choice. So with that said, that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Vice Mayor Medina.
Yeah, a couple things. One, Councilman Hamilton and I were appointed to the Clean San Bruno Action Committee, and I just wanted to give a little update that we've been having community meetings. We've had 2 so far, taking input from our community, developing a slide deck of what the problems are and how we could move along. And we'll be announcing another meeting here soon. Our goal is to be able to provide an official update prior to the council retreat, so we could bring this forward. The second thing is Thursday, Second Harvest is occurring at Bel Air, 450 3rd Avenue from 2:45 to 4:15. If you or somebody you know needs food, you can call Second Harvest, register 650-610-0800. But if you really need food on Thursday, you can show up and you can register on the spot. Try not to show up very late because we have run out of food, and it's a terrible thing. And lastly, just even though we're in the red tier, everybody keep your guard up, wear your masks. Don't do anything unnecessary. We've gotten this far, and we want to make sure that we get through this. So stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Hamilton.
Marty, you said that the Second Harvest starts at 2:45. With the time change, or did you mean 1:45? You're on mute.
Yes.
You're still on.
I think
the Second Harvest starts at 1:45. Everybody.
He's agreeing with you.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. I got my numbers wrong.
And I'll echo. If you're in need and want to come out to that event, please come as early as you can to get your spot in line, because we have been running out because there's been so much need. And then my other comment, actually, Marty said most of it. We're moving into the red tier here very shortly, another hour or two, which is great. But this is not the time to take a victory lap. You absolutely have to keep wearing your masks. You have to keep practicing social distancing. You have to keep being smart. If you get vaccinated, that doesn't mean that you still can't spread COVID to other people. So you still need to keep all those safety measures in place, even once you've had both vaccines. So I just wanted to reiterate that for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. If see no other hands, I'll finish off. One, I went ahead and did something. I appointed Michael Salazar to the Measure A Oversight Committee, which I don't have the authority. He's on the Measure K Oversight Committee, which is appointed by our supervisor, Dave Hine. So, yes, I don't have that kind of authority. So I wanted to correct that. And then also wanted to welcome our new finance director. So I know walking in, the council member does have. I know walking in to, to a lot going on, the budget upcoming. She's not going to have a lot of time to sit back, and but we look forward to hearing from her. And then why don't I go to council member Salazar, and then I'll adjourn.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I was just going to add to I was going to mention the same thing that you brought up, the Measure K Oversight Committee. Measure K used to be Measure A in one incarnation, but there was a previous Measure A and Measure W. And in fact, both of those are administered by the Transportation Authority. So actually, you're a part of the oversight board on those. But I just wanted to clarify that there are different Measure A's, and so it is confusing at times because those letters keep getting recycled. But I just wanted to add to that. I think it's great that we're moving toward the red tomorrow. We're taking some steps forward on getting to a better situation, but there are still a lot of regulations, and social gatherings are still banned by the state, and so let's be mindful of that and just keep working toward making these things better so that we can get done with this faster.
Yes, and just like any of them, there is the CAFR and the audits and the outside entities that come in to review, and as the documentations that they have to provide to the county on our. So thank you. And so with that said, appreciate staff, appreciate council. I think we got through a lot, and I don't know how to say this to you, but I don't know what we're all going to do tomorrow night, but I don't think we'll be here. So please make use of it and enjoy time in the right way with the right measures to make everybody safe. And then all I would want to do is we talked about earlier when Jennifer Dianos, it is very sad that we have an unfortunate time that's come in our nation, which is over 500,000 persons have passed due to COVID-19. And as we all probably know, at the White House, they had a moment to reflect and to honor. And if you see on the news some of the families not being able to say goodbye, right? Having to have a nurse hold up a phone, or they just don't have the breath. It's devastating. And there's more and more stories that we know of, or we know people when, almost a year ago, everybody said maybe people are overreacting. But with the sadness in this nation, we have lost over 500,000 people to to COVID-19. So in their honor, and in our hopes and prayers for their families and for the future of this nation, I would like us to adjourn in a moment of silence our meeting tonight. And we'll go ahead and adjourn to the next regular city council meeting, which will be held on March 9th, 2021 at 7 p.m. Everyone be safe and enjoy, and we will be talking soon.